Hey. What's good, everybody, man? Thursdays. Thank you for checking in with us again, man. I go by Rolex Risky, aka Truth Teller. That's the homie T Ross over there, man, aka Florida. What up, my dude?
What's good? What's good? What's going on?
Man, we in here, dog. We in here. The NBA is shaping up. We're gonna have to do a whole new show about who is really a Hall of Famer, because I've seen some pods over the last day and a half now, Ross, that agree with me that Draymond should find himself on the outside looking in. But that's another story for a different day. I'm just saying, between him and Jimmy Butler, they look real pedestrian out there, boy. My God, that was terrible.
I tell you what, Julius Randle looking like a Hall of Famer.
Kuminga looking like a Hall of Famer compared to what I was seeing from Draymond out there. Lord have mercy.
Hey, man.
Where was I didn't even see no good defense. Wasn't he guarding Drew Randall?
When they say Steph wasn't going to play in Game 5, I knew what time it was. I knew what time it was. Draymond said, yeah, we don't need him to come back. They knew, all right, we lost. You know, it was over, bro.
But my thing is, I don't know so, and we ain't gonna go too long on this, but people are talking like, okay, but next year, and I'm like, I heard Charles Barkley say it, and I agree 1,000%. Bro, y'all acting like these old dudes are somehow finna, get younger and more. No. It's just gonna keep going the way it's going, right?
I agree with Charles. I agree. I think Golden State in a position where them as an organization, they took too many years of bad draft picks and not really finding their next guy. And when you had Jordan Poole, you didn't like him, and it's like, okay, now they're stuck because you kind of lost Kuminga. You didn't extend them. You didn't play him. So I don't know if Pods ain't gonna be there for the long run. I don't know if Buddy's the next guy. Buddy ain't gonna turn into Klay Thompson. So yeah, I don't know. And now you almost lost all your trade bait, because at least with Wiggins and some of them guys, like, you knew that was your trade bait. Like, nobody taking on Jimmy with that contract. I don't see.
Yeah, that's why I was confused when people was like, "Oh man, they can get into the Jimmy business. I mean, into the Greek freak business with Jimmy." I'm like, I don't want no damn Jimmy Butler. No disrespect, but not in that situation.
Not for that money.
Yeah, not for that money and all that. So shout out to Jimmy though. But I know they was clowning Miami when they got bounced. And if you Miami, you like, this is the reason we didn't. You thought we was, what you want us to do? You know what I'm saying? You out there getting 17 points, Jimmy.
Hey, not too much though. Steph was out, bro. Steph was out, bro.
Let me ask you. Okay, we'll end on this. Is Draymond a Hall of Famer in your opinion?
Yes.
Is Jimmy a Hall of Famer in your opinion?
Yes.
They combined for like 24 points.
Yeah, bro. It was over.
2 Hall of Famers? Y'all got to go out and get, Jimmy got to go and get at least 30. Draymond got to have a 10 to 12 point triple-double. That's what I needed from them.
But we've seen this a lot this playoffs. I mean, we've seen it. Is James Harden a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, he got MVP. Yeah, he's Hall of Famer.
Exactly. He had 4 points. Like, we've seen it all playoffs. We've seen these guys fold.
He got an MVP trophy though, so he's a different level than Jimmy Harden. I'm sorry, than Jimmy Butler.
I'm saying I think in this playoffs, what we've seen a lot is teams let go of the rope in them last games. I mean, how many
quitting?
Yeah. Ooh. You saw it, Cleveland.
Cleveland.
You see it in this. You saw it in Miami. You saw it in people like Roy. It's a new time and a new age now.
YN's taking over the league.
And with Golden State, they may not have the YNs, but they got old ends. You know what I'm saying? They got dudes look older than you and me. You know what I'm saying? They us on the court. Hey, whenever the league don't look like we can come back, and you got these young boys keep running up and down this court, hey, all right, they got it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're losing hope. But even for the young teams, Memphis gave up. You know, we over and over in these playoffs.
Yeah.
Once they in the game and they go down double digits and it's looking like we about to be eliminated. I mean, shout out to Boston. Not to stay on basketball right now, but shout out to Boston, because like they had every opportunity last night to come out stale and let it get to a 10-point lead and give up, and Boston fought back. So you know what I'm saying? Let's see if the next game, if they can get down 15, get down 10, and keep fighting. But these teams, once they down 10 and it's game on the line and they really don't feel like they can win the series, they're giving up.
Yeah. And I do want to go there before we end tonight. We'll talk about the Knicks and how we feel about that. Can they close it out? So we'll definitely get into that. But let's go. Let's talk about the NFL real quick though, man, because the NFL dropped their schedules. So teams officially have their schedules now. It was some stuff in there I liked. For my, me, I'm a dual NFL citizen. I'm a dual citizen between my hometown of Houston and my adopted hometown of Kansas City. Right?
Now, what sense does that make, y'all?
I got dual citizenship. They love me in both. Hey, I'm beloved in both. So I had to peek in and see where we were. The Cowboys, they got their schedule inflated as always. They got so many. We don't get to see them lose a whole lot in prime time, per usual. They got let me see what they got. Let me pull up the Cowboys schedule before we go any further, because the Cowboys pull up the Cowboys, because they got like a bunch of primetime games. They got a Christmas Day, I think, a Thanksgiving. They got all kinds of shit.
Yeah. So Cowboys open up at Philly. They got a couple easy.
That's the first game of the year, right? I think that's
they open up at Philly.
Yeah.
So that'll be Philly getting their rings off of winning the Super Bowl. That they might stand a chance. Couple easy ones: New York, Chicago. Those could be easier ones. Green Bay, who Dallas that's always a good game. New York Jets, Carolina. So they start off not too bad. But then I'm talking
about, look at their primetime game. So they started off that Thursday, first game of the season. It's the Cowboys, like you said, for the ring game.
Then they got night game at Green Bay.
Yeah, they got the Sunday night game. They got then they got a Monday night.
They got Monday night at Arizona.
Yeah, like Monday how do you get a Monday night with Arizona?
Look, a bye week. Then the next Monday versus Raiders. Then they got a Thursday night versus KC. That's Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So hold on. Don't bury that lead. They get Kansas City at their house on Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's gonna be the record right there. That's gonna be the most watched football game of the year.
Yeah,
calling it right now on Thanksgiving.
Then they got a Christmas Day game against Washington.
Yeah, but they get a Sunday night against Minnesota. So we see them. Hold on, we see Dallas on. They got 4 Thursday games, including the Christmas game, and then they got They got 4 Thursday games. They got 2 Monday nights, and then they got 1, 2 Sunday nights.
So they ain't playing like.
We're gonna see 10 of their games.
Yeah. The Cowboys are not going to be playing any like 11 o'clock Sunday games or 3 o'clock Sunday games. They got all primetime games.
Whoa! When they don't play at 8 o'clock, yeah, they got that 4 o'clock slot. That's Dallas's slot on Fox. That's their slot.
Like they got nothing but prime real estate.
Yeah, you won't see them at 1 o'clock. That's what you won't see.
They not getting buried at all. The Cowboys.
Okay, so I'm looking. It's only when they play Carolina, the Jets, and the Giants. Those are the 1 o'clock.
The trash. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Everybody else on prime time.
And then look what the NFL did for those Monday night games. They gave the Cowboys 2 games that they should win on Monday nights against the Cardinals and the Raiders. Those are 2 teams that they should beat on Monday nights.
Yeah.
And I think with their bye week, they got their bye week in week 10. I like where their bye week is. I hate Houston's, but I think Houston's bye week is, I want to say week 5, week 6, which to me is too early to get your bye week that early in a 17-game season. But them having that bye week, first of all, they got a bye week in between Monday night games, which is beautiful. I mean, can you ask for anything better than that?
Yeah,
you get a Monday night, a bye week, and then you get a Monday night.
Mm-hmm. So you get essentially, that's like 12 days of rest.
And I know what people are going to say. They're going to say, oh, well, that's because they have to play on Christmas and they play on Thanksgiving. Well, the Cowboys always play on Thanksgiving. So that's like their thing. So don't try to make it seem like y'all got to do them a favor. And this Christmas Day thing, well, this is the NFL. Y'all are flexing y'all muscles with this. And
I'm looking right now. Cowboys got more primetime games than Philly, and they're the defending champs.
Crazy.
That's crazy. Cowboys got more primetime games than Philly, and they're defending champs. So Philly's first. Now Philly being defending champs, we're gonna get to see how good they are. They first 2, they play Dallas, then they go to Kansas City. So that's a great first 2 games to start the year. Then that Rams game, that's sneaky. But we see them on Thursday night versus the Giants. Nobody don't care about that. We see them Sunday night game against Green Bay. Another Sunday night game.
Hold on. Slow down. No, I'm looking at their schedule. Philly, you talking about, right?
Yeah.
Man, them first
3 tough.
Man, I'm gonna expand it. I'm gonna give your boy Shake and Bake. I'm gonna give your boy Baker some credit. I think that could be a tough game having to go down to Tampa.
The team I think nobody wants to play this year just because that defense is going to be so good is Denver. Man.
That's what I'm like. If you look like the first 1, 2, 3, 4, the first 5 games, they got to play. Like that Cowboy game is going to be interesting just because it's the ring night. So you don't know what people are going to be, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's just going to be an interesting game. Then they got to go to Kansas City. So they should be able to get up for that. So let's say they lose that first game for some reason. They should be able to get up. Even if they win, going to Kansas City, you want to show we are the champs. We beat y'all. You know, that's going to be a big game anyway. And then they got a Rams team who we all think is going to be solid again. Tampa Bay. And then, man, that's tough. That's tough.
They got a tough stretch. Green Bay, Detroit, and Dallas in the middle of the season. Then the way they end, Washington twice and Buffalo in between, that's a tough way to end the year.
See, I hate that. I hate when they make these schedules and you're ending the year with that, you know, basic almost, you know, you play Washington twice in 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
You go to Washington, go to Buffalo, then you get Washington at home. I think that at Buffalo game at that time of the year, that's going to be a snow fest. That's going to be a great Sunday game. So yeah, it's crazy that Dallas really how much star power is in that star. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Dallas got more prime time than Philly. They're the defending champs. Seems like y'all got a favorable schedule, man. The Chiefs.
Hey, man, you know, we just want to participate this year. You know what I'm saying? We just want to participate.
And I'm looking, they playing Tennessee and Vegas and the Chart, like the Colts.
We play the South this year.
Come on, man. Y'all Jacksonville. Y'all got the easy schedule.
All we can do is play our schedule. Hey, look, we end with division games versus Denver and then at the Raiders. Yeah.
Stop it.
The end of that schedule does look nice, though, because, like, depending on where they are record-wise, they got at Tennessee, Denver at home, and then at Las Vegas. So those last three games are all – I know Denver talking a lot of shit. The game was close. Like, I get it. I think they're going to beat the hell out of Denver. But, you know, Tennessee, rookie quarterback. I like Cam Ward, but he's still a rookie quarterback. You are getting him late in the year, so maybe Mike has figured some things out at that point. But I would expect for Kansas City to still beat them at that point. Then closing it out at the Raiders. Who knows who's gonna be playing in that game?
Yeah, y'all have a very favorable schedule. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs put up a pretty good record.
The tough games I see for the Chiefs, obviously, Ravens, we got them in week 4. The Philly game in week 2. Buffalo is a big game, and then Detroit. So those 4, I would say, are the big ones.
Oh, you skipping over that Washington. I think Washington's going to be one of those teams this year.
So I'm a firm believer in the sophomore slump. I'm a firm believer in it. We just saw it with Deshaun Watson. I'm sorry, Deshaun Watson with CJ Stroud. So I'm a firm believer in the sophomore slump. So I think, I don't think he's going to be horrible, but I expect for teams to have caught up to Jaden a little bit. And I think it's been a little bit more of a struggle this year than it was last year. I think last year shit he made it look real easy. And now it's expectations now this year too for Washington.
But they improved.
No, I agree, but that's what I'm saying. Like last year, it was no expectations for Washington. We didn't think they were going to be good at all, and so they were able to sneak up on teams. This year, I think everybody understands who they are, what they can do. So it's no sneaking up on anybody. And that division, listen, I know we talk a lot of stuff about the Cowboys, but that's going to be outside of the Giants. That's a tough. I mean, we know who Philly is champions. We know Dallas is going to find a way to mess it up, but they do have talent. Offense is going to be. They just got a new weapon at receiver. You know what I mean? They got a back in the draft. Like Dallas could potentially be really good. So,
yeah. I think Dallas will be improved. I think Dallas will be improved for sure. I think tough schedule. I think Dallas, those 12-5, like they'll find a way to be 12-5. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question real quick since we're talking about schedules. Where the team at? Boom, they go to team. Hold on. I'm not putting it on the screen right now. I'm just going to put it look. Because I know you're going to call me out and say I'm trolling. I'm dead serious, though. I'm looking at the schedule. They have an absolute bloodbath to start the season for this particular team. How soon, if ever, do we see Shedeur Sanders? Have you seen the Cleveland Browns schedule?
No, what is it?
Cincinnati, Baltimore, Green Bay, Detroit. That's how they start the season. That's how they start the season, bro. Like you might not even want to be the starter to start the year for the Browns. You might want to win not win the job, because that can get all 4 of them games can get real ugly real quick, Ross.
Then Minnesota and their defense is rocking. Then Pittsburgh, they might start off 0-6. They are gonna start off 0-6. They probably lose to the Dolphins too.
Oh yeah, early in the year, are they going to Miami?
No, it's in Cleveland.
They get Miami at the crib, but it's still warm. It's still warm enough to where Miami can still throw it around though.
Yeah, bro.
But they do have a good defense though. The Browns got a solid defense though.
But they got rid of Nick Chubb. He was the only good thing over there on. Jerry Jeudy did have a great year last year. I'm honestly gonna say this. They might win 2 games if you look at their schedule.
The Jets is a winnable game, I would say.
I think New England's gonna be better.
New England's winnable. Tennessee's winnable. I mean, you got another rookie quarterback, but Tennessee got a solid team, but it's a rookie quarterback over there. Chicago should be winning. Chicago got a really good defense.
Yeah, Chicago's better than Cleveland.
I'm with you, but like when Chicago's offense last year was, they out there putting up Caleb out there putting up, 13 points a game.
I think they beat the Jets, and they got to fight for another win on that.
Damn. And then look how they end the season: Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati.
Yeah, that ain't a good schedule, bro.
They got San Francisco in there. I ain't even see the San Francisco game.
Yeah, because I think Vegas is improved, even though they'll lose a lot of games. I think like they're a better team than Cleveland with Geno and with what they have over there, Genty and Brock Bowers. I think obviously in the division, they may not win a game in the division with Pittsburgh. Nah. Well, Pittsburgh, you gotta figure out who's gonna be quarterback. If Pittsburgh throw Mason Rudolph out there, then shame on them. Yeah. I can't hear you. You in and out. Yeah. Cleveland definitely has a rough schedule. So let me see. Let's see. Buffalo, the reigning MVP. I saw shout out Buffalo. They did a little nod to Allen Iverson. Josh Allen, he was shooting some hoops, and when they dropped the schedule. So Buffalo, they start the year versus my Ravens. My Ravens get to redeem themselves from the playoffs. That's gonna be a hell of a game. Buffalo, Baltimore, week 1, Sunday night. Can't wait for that one. So we'll get to see kind of the narratives build off of that one. If Lamar, if Josh Allen have a great game, that's going to start the year.
Oh, that Buffalo game, yeah, Buffalo and Ravens.
That's the narrative starter right there. Whoever balls out, that's going to be your lead for the MVP early on.
They going to start off hot though, Ross. Buffalo is. Even if they lose that Baltimore game, they got the Jets, the Dolphins, New Orleans, New England, Atlanta. Those are all 5 very, and then they got Carolina after that. Those are 6 games that they should win.
Yeah, they probably start off 7-1. Yeah. KC, that'll be a big game.
And then KC again, Miami, which maybe they lose the second one, maybe they lose one, but if you start looking at it, they're gonna now down the stretch. It gets that second half, gets different because Houston probably is gonna be good by week 12. Who knows with Pittsburgh? But then they got Cincinnati week 14. Week 17, you got the Eagles. That's always interesting, like those week 17, 18 games, Ross, because with these better teams, we don't know where they're going to be record-wise. Now, I don't think guys are going to be sitting guys in week 17, but depending on where Philly is, in the division, maybe we don't need to win the game as much. Or maybe, like, like it's always kind of difficult.
I see them losing 5 games max.
So you got a max in that 5.
Max at 5.
So so 12-5, they still win the division.
More than likely, for sure. Yeah, I don't see Miami winning 12 games.
Yeah, you're in a division with Miami, New England, and the Jets. The Jets probably will have the number 1 pick next year. I think they're gonna be terrible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think
so.
Terrible. But going back to the Shedeur question, though, do you think that he'll? Again, I don't know if he'll win the job or not. But based on that schedule, man, that's any young quarterback, whether it's him, whether it's Gabriel, hell, whether it's old ass 40-year-old
Joe Flacco.
Bro. Yo.
Kind of in and out.
Okay, I can hear you. Let me tell you.
Okay, we good. So you were saying, where do I think Cleveland's gonna be with? And you cut off there. So you say
I was just saying, like, either quarterback that starts tough sledding with that schedule. I just don't know what it is. They drafted 2 rookie quarterbacks. I have no idea. But do you see, like, schedule is so tough, bro? Even if they throw there, I'm not sure if any rookie quarterback can look good with that schedule.
Nah, I don't think so. I think blessing in disguise. I think honestly, just towards the end of the year, he might get some run. You never wish injuries, but with Cleveland, it's kind of inevitable. If they go with Flacco, he's not gonna play the whole year. And like we said, with that schedule, they're not gonna win too many games. So more than likely, they're gonna need a change. So I believe Shador will get his shot. I think best thing for him would be as latest in the season as possible. Do enough to solidify, that you can play and go into next year and leave all the narratives this year. Humble yourself for this year. Whatever, you got drafted later than you thought. Y'all are gonna be bad. It's not a situation where anybody's set up to really be successful. I think towards the end of the year, he'll get his opportunity. If he does what he's supposed to do, going into next year, he'll have a much better chance. And it'll be a much better situation and kind of quiet down. So I think a little blessing in disguise, because they're going to be so bad that he ain't even going to have, like, it ain't going to matter. He going to look good by default when he come in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm looking right now at what
one and 12. I had to bring them in.
I'm looking at NFL.com, and they did a ranking of their top 10 primetime games, what they believe that are the 10 best primetime games this season. I'll go through them real quick, and then we can kind of talk about that. So at number 10, they have that the season opener that we spoke about, Cowboys and Eagles. Obviously, that's going to be a big game. Number 9, they had the Monday night game, week 5, Kansas City at Jacksonville. It's but I think that's in London, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it'll be a big stage for them playing over there, so that'll be cool. So that was number 9. Number 8, they have Monday night, Cincinnati at Denver. That should be a good game, just to see where Cincinnati and Denver, where they both are. That's in week 4, so it's an early Monday night game. We'll get to see those teams in prime time. Number 7, they got the Eagles at Green Bay. They play Monday night, week 10. That's a real good game, Ross.
Yeah,
that's a real good game.
I like Green Bay.
Yeah, that's 2 teams. Obviously, the Eagles are holding the trophy, and Green Bay, I think they believe they got the talent to get there. Both 2 NFC squads, so that's definitely a good game. Number 6, they got the Broncos at Kansas City on a Thursday night primetime game. Broncos talked a lot of smack about Kansas City, so I think that's why that game is ranked so high. Number 5, Chicago at Washington. They talk about the whole Hail Mary game from last year. Obviously, then Jaden ended up winning Rookie of the Year. So just to see where those 2 quarterbacks are, to see if the Bears can get that win. They have that one. Number 5. Number 4, I don't know why they got this one up here, but the Chargers at Raiders Monday night, week 2. Whatever. Number 3, Washington at City Monday night, week 8. That'll let us, we'll see at that point where the Commanders are. I totally expect in week 8 for Kansas City to still be rolling. Number 2, they got Detroit at Philly. We talked about that game a little bit ago. Obviously, that's going to be a heck of a game. That's a Sunday night game. And the number 1 prime time game.
Easy.
Huh?
Easy.
Baltimore at Buffalo.
That's a given. That's going to be a great game.
Yeah. Baltimore at Buffalo. That's a Sunday night game. Yeah, that's
so they're not considering the Christmas Day as prime time, because I think that Dallas Kansas City game would be up there for sure. I'm calling it right now. outside of the Super Bowl, that'll be the most watched football game. That Dallas City game on Christmas Day.
On Christmas Day, yeah. And especially because Mahomes a Texas boy anyway.
Not so Christmas Day is Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. I'm sorry, Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Mahomes it's right at dinner time. Everybody.
Mahomes a Texas boy, so he at the crib. His pop's gonna be in there talking crazy. His pop's gonna be in there talking crazy.
They don't let his pops on the sideline no more, man. I ain't seen pops.
Man. Listen, if Halliburton dad can come back, he can be on the sideline. Hell, let Mahomes get up over it. They need to have a reality show with these damn athlete dads.
So Ja Morant basketball daddy. Wives, they need to have basketball dads.
Yeah, man. You got Ja Morant pops,
Halliburton
pops, LeVar Ball. You can throw Patrick Mahomes daddy in there.
Hey, you can throw my boy Kenyon Martin. He was finna swing on Nick Young.
Oh. I be forgetting that Kenyon Martin's son in the league.
You can throw Kenyon Martin. He was finna swing on Nick Young.
Yeah, like that. These dudes is out here wilding, man.
We throw Bron on there. He got Bronny. I forgot about Bronny was in the league. See how quick y'all turn on him?
If we gonna put Bron on there, then I guess Primetime gonna have to make an appearance on the show. Yeah? I guess Prime got to make an appearance on the show. We lit out here. We lit. We gonna be lit. Y'all don't steal my show, man. We gonna be lit out here.
That's
we got
a great idea, though.
They gonna be talking crazy too to everybody. Yeah, they gonna be fully going in. But yeah, I thought it was cool though, man. Shout out to the NFL. They got so much. The NFL is so big that schedule release day is like a big deal. You know what I'm saying? It's like a holiday damn near. Because everybody see the schedules, and now you start buying tickets for the games you want to go to. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. Can we go to this one? Then you got some of these games that are flex. You try to figure that out. So, yeah, man, it's definitely some games from Houston that I would like to be in attendance for. Let me give you a couple real quick. That I got to mosey my way on down to the H4. You dig? I definitely want to be in that number September 28th, Sunday at noon when Tennessee comes to town. Right? That's our old squad anyway. Plus we got Cam. Anybody else? I would definitely love to be there. November 20th, Buffalo comes to town. That'll be a dope game. Yeah. Oh, my bad. I said I'd like to see the Arizona game as well, to see Marvin Harrison Jr.
Marvin, man, okay. Can we talk about him? Where was he last year?
He was trying to get his quarterback to throw him the football. Yeah, that's what he was.
Okay.
You want to pull up? We can pull up some numbers, Ross.
Nah, we ain't gotta make a segment about a guy who nobody ain't seen nothing of. It's okay.
Jesus. Wow, wasn't he a fourth overall pick?
Man, there was a lot of hype around him. I ain't seen none of it.
Wow.
I ain't seen none of it.
I mean, can we both agree though that his quarterback likes to run around instead of throwing the football?
That's your Texas boy. That's Kyler Murray. He
what's crazy? He's one of the greatest football. He's one of the greatest football players.
The legend for y'all, Allen High School, right?
His high school shit go crazy. His high school go crazy.
Yeah,
he tried to do too much.
Video games. He tried
to do too much though. But if you look at I'm looking at Marvin Harris right now. He had 885 yards, 8 touchdowns, 14.3 a catch was his average. You gotta get the man the ball. 62 receptions. You got to get him the ball. So, like, he had 885 on 62 receptions. He don't even got to get to 100 balls. Pause. if he just gets to 85, 90, he's around 1,100 easy with double figure touchdowns. So we got to figure out a way to get the man the football.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Hey, he tied the Cardinals franchise record with most TDs by a rookie with Larry Fitzgerald and Anquan Bolden. That's pretty good, right? That's two pretty good guys, right? Larry Fitzgerald, definitely a Hall of Famer. Anquan Bolden, not quite a Hall of Famer, but a hell of a player.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He ended up winning the Super Bowl with y'all, didn't he, in Baltimore?
Yeah, with Baltimore. Yeah.
He like broke his face, I think, when he was in Arizona. Remember we got hit? Like they got a fractured face.
Yeah, he was a Florida State guy, but I got love for Bolden. Shout out,
I forgot you be hating. What's that score right now? We got a big game going on right now. Potential closeout, OKC at Denver.
Yeah, so let's transition to basketball. Yeah, I got it on in the background right now. I'm checking out. 64-64, OKC just Lou Dort with a mid-range, 66-64. It's been back and forth. Denver started off hot, Denver with a good lead. OKC walked them down. They've been trading buckets. What I'm noticing though is Joker is hooping, and Shea, both of them are asserting themselves. As I was speaking, Shea just hit a 3, so he's got 20. Let me pull up the stats. Let's see. I see Shea's got 20. Joker's got to have 20. As many buckets I seen him.
16.
16?
Yeah, 16 and 8.
16 and 8. What's he shooting?
6 and 9.
6 of 9.
Shots up.
Gotta get some more. I was listening before we got on, and they said the bench was playing well. They was actually able to sit him. I heard the announcers speaking about.
Who the hell was playing well?
It looked like Bron. Yeah, Bron was.
He's starting now.
Yeah, see, but Joker only at 20. He's still at 25 minutes. I guess he on pace. I guess rather than 48 minutes, he'll play 40 this game.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's all hands on deck. So I agree with the coach's philosophy. I'll get him some rest early because you playing the whole fourth. We're going to call timeout if you're tired, but you playing the whole fourth.
Yeah, so Bron and Murray were hidden enough to where Joker could sit a little bit. That's all that was.
The problem is, though, and I know he got the shoulder thing, but, man, I know he got a lot of talent, but Denver going to really have to make a decision. I know they gave him some money, but they going to I wouldn't be surprised if they shot Porter. I mean, you got to, bro. You got to see if somebody's willing to give you something for Michael Porter Jr. He's a hell of a talent. 6'10", can shoot the 3, run the floor. But, man, is he up and down, bro.
Right. He is. And he just – they're missing that energy that KCP and Bruce Brown gave you. Bruce Brown would pick up defensively.
Yeah.
KCP, you could – he even though you didn't run nothing for him, he moved so much in their offense. You could bring him off screens. Porter's just kind of like stand still, and when you swing it, I'm just get one off. Like Porter really ain't doing too much. Even Bron is way more active. Like Bron just got to put back. Bron get rebounds. You know, he fight for loose balls. Like Porter, you just don't see enough. Hey, my boy, shout out. You just don't see enough effort from Michael Porter. I think that's what it is. It's frustrating.
Yeah, and the thing is, like with a guy like that, you had to pay him, right? If you're Denver, because of what he did. He had a heck of a playoff run last year. And then now this year, I know it's the shoulder thing, but really all season has been, hey, what are you doing? We got to motivate you. We got to constantly talk to you to get you going. You know me, I got a theory. I think he's throwing games on behalf of his brother. I think he's taking on that debt on some mob shit. That's what I think personally. I'm going there with it. The NBA looking real fishy. We got Terry Rozier's under suspicion. His whole thing looked crazy with some of those highlights and clips. It's like
facts.
just losing the ball.
And he was known around the league as somebody who was nice. Like Terry Rozier, like we knew him as he's nice. He was one of those guys we was talking about. Like, okay, he might not make an all-star team, but your favorite hooper knows he's nice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and now this year he dribbling up the court, dribbling off his foot.
The ball, yeah.
Like, what the hell? Then you got Draymond, little goofy ass, the other night in a blowout, telling the dudes that, hey, well, the spread 5.5. You know what I'm saying? They got your goofy ass on 4K saying that. So the NBA, the NBA in a weird spot with these rigged. People already think stuff rigged with the draft and all of that. So yeah, man. And what's funny? A lot of these dudes, they do the prop bets, Ross, and so they always say, my favorite saying is they didn't build all those casinos in Vegas by people winning, right? That's not how they go. They get built by people losing. With that being said, people do these prop bets and they be like, dog, this shit is crazy. I had, DeMar DeRozan, you know what I'm saying? Over under on rebounds, 4.5, right? He got 4 rebounds in the first half and don't get another rebound the rest of the game.
And I was listening, I was listening to a couple podcasts and they were talking about like ads and all and how they make money. And they was talking about how the legalizing of gambling. Now you got these gambling companies, people doing all these prop bets, and they was talking about prop bets. Like this, everybody's on this. It's taking over. So these companies, think about how many Underdog, Prize Picks, FanDuel, all these ones. Hey, come holler at Ross and Risky because we'll drop an ad for you. You know what I'm saying? Come shoot us a little check. But you know what I'm saying? Like they come just dropping unlimited bags. And you think about it, every show, whether it's ESPN, has ESPN bet. You know what I'm saying? Every show, any podcast you watch, any show you watch, it's gonna be a gambling ad. It's a gambling company behind. So like we're blind, we can act blind to it. But if they're dropping these huge bags on every company that then you think they don't have a hand in whatever the outcome is gonna be, then that's just on you. You know what I'm saying? Like ESPN is not just creating a gambling ESPN bet, and you think it doesn't coincide with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't have the gambling ad right on the court, and you think, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah. I mean, because in these games, I don't know if you out there, you listening right now, tap in with us, man. Let us know. Are you someone who does prop bets? Because everybody I know is involved in prop bets. Everybody does prop bets because they feel like they're easy to win, right? Hey, man, over under on this, over under on that, rebounds, assists, points. It's a quick little, you know what I'm saying? Throw some money out there, get you a quick win, do a parlay. You know what I'm saying? And it's just always funny when they don't hit because I promise you, everybody always the same thing. Like, dude, hold on, man. I got Russell Westbrook for 5 assists. He had 3 assists in the first quarter. Didn't have no more. You know what I'm saying? It's like
it'll be the over and under, and a team is down by 7, and all of a sudden a guy shoots a 3 at the end of the game just to go. It's certain stuff where you like, okay, this was pretty obvious. Like, you know what I'm saying? A stupid foul at the end of the game when the team didn't need a foul, the game already over, just so a guy can go over his points. You're like, okay, yeah, I see what you're doing now.
You know what they said? I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but they said one of the biggest, longest standing bets that's been going on for the longest is LeBron James' streak of 10 points a game, his double-digit streak.
Yeah.
That, like, it's like a crazy amount of games. It's a crazy prop bet every time he plays, right? That, is he going to score over 10 points? Like, if he doesn't do it, you can win like a silly amount of money. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to start going down. It's been going down, like they said, the last couple of years because he's older.
It's probably 20,000 to 1.
Yeah. And they was said, I can't remember when, I think it was a couple of years ago where, like, I think he hurt his ankle or something happened, and he had like 8 points, and he was kind of hobbling, and people were like, "Oh, he didn't play enough. Oh, here you go." and the motherfucker stayed in the game, took a corner three, made it, and then checked himself out. And they was like, "Oh, he gotta know. Like, he has to know. He has to know, bro, about this damn thing. Because there's no way that he just stayed in the game, took a corner three of all things.
You know who got a crazy streak like that? And now that you say, I wonder, but he's probably had some games. Mikal Bridges has like played every game since his junior year.
Oh yeah. Remember he
like Mikal Bridges to score a bucket has to be the easiest bet. Like, you know.
For the Knicks this year, they had him like, because they were Tibbs was gonna sit everybody. He set everybody, but because Mikal had that streak, Mikal had to play for a little, for like a few minutes, and then he took him back out and set him with the rest of the starters. So yeah,
you could have took Mikal to score a bucket, whatever it is.
No facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts. You know what's crazy? Now that you say that, just to go back for a second to the Jason Tatum injury. I know we're not talking about it tonight. We talked about it the other day, but I took down a note that I saw. Let me see, can I find it on him, because I didn't realize how much of a Iron Man he's been throughout his career. He's played so since he's entered the NBA, he's played the most games of anybody in the NBA, 706. He's only missed 52 games his entire career.
That's good.
He's played the most minutes of anybody since he's entered the league, almost 25,000 minutes. So he's played 24,910 minutes. The closest person to him, they said, is Joker, and he's over 1,564 minutes less.
It makes sense, because if you really go back, he was playing the whole game since his rookie year.
Mm-hmm.
In them rookie runs, he was deep playoff runs, playing the whole game, and he's been the guy for real. Even his rookie year, he became the guy. So unfortunately with this injury, but like he was on pace to really make some damage in them record books also. Because what he's been averaging a good average, he's got to be moving up them charts.
Yeah, no, he's had a hell of a career to this point, and I think
look at him as like one of those unfortunately people kind of refer to him as soft, but he's been kind of like
he gonna be first team All NBA again this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, here's a guy who is first team All NBA every year. He's played in how many Eastern Conference Finals? Like 4 or 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's played in 2
Eastern Conference Finals. They lost to Miami in the Eastern Conference Finals. He's had to be in about 5.
Hey, hold on. Speaking of Miami, not to cut your wisdom, but Udonis Haslem is such a guy. He is not Dwayne Wade. UD is culture. He is. Listen. If this shit is The Godfather, then obviously, Pat Riley is the dad, and then you got Michael would be Spoelstra. UD is one of them capos up in there. He up in the family. Like, he's 100% in. I saw him on ESPN today, and he was talking
on Jimmy.
About Jimmy. Yeah, he was talking crazy. But
he won't smoke. Jimmy won't act crazy with UD.
Yeah, listen. I heard him say a bunch of times, like, he was like, he told somebody, if you won't smoke with me, that's cool. You don't want to do it in Miami, though. I'm real good in Miami. Sure. He's like, I'm good down here, for real. You know what I'm saying? But he said, though, he said it as a shot at Jimmy, the last 7 teams to eliminate Jimmy have won the chip. Think about it. The last 7 NBA champions all beat Jimmy Butler.
Damn, that's crazy.
The Raptors, right? They beat him when he was in Philly, right? The Lakers beat him in the finals in the bubble. The Bucks beat him in the conference finals. Who Who was it? Hold on, let me go back. I can't
Denver.
remember. Yeah, Denver. They lost to Denver in the
Finals.
in the finals. And then they lost to the Celtics in the conference finals. Like, yeah, you beat Jimmy, you win a chip. There you go. So there you go, man.
That's crazy.
There you go. You beat
so
Jimmy.
Minnesota gonna win the chip.
They at least finna get there.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler's the key. Shout out to Jimmy, man. He was listen. I was like, yo, UD talking crazy about Jimmy right
what
now.
What you think about UD say? He said Jimmy just not on that level. He was like, we let playoff Jimmy fool us, but he's just not one of them. He's just not one of them guys.
So here's what I'm gonna say. He's not wrong, but he probably shouldn't have said it because there was no reason for him to say it. It was petty as hell to say that.
Yeah,
it was petty to say that because it was.
And then the follow-up question was hilarious because they said it was like, well, when he got traded, what was your expectations for the team? Because I guess everybody can say, like or hate Golden State, they was one of the worst teams. They traded for Jimmy. They end up in the second round.
Yeah.
We can even say if like I took Minnesota to win the series, if Steph don't get hurt, it looks a lot differently. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
Like, so as flawed as that roster in that situation is, Jimmy did come and do what they set out for him to do. So it wasn't a failure by no means. But they said, what was your expectation? And he was like, to be honest, I was more worried about Miami that I didn't give a damn what happened. And I'm like, man, UD on ESPN showing his ass right now.
Bruh, UD was talking crazy.
Like, as a reporter, you should just, say that.
UD is heat culture, bro. He's 100% bought into that shit, bro.
UD is a guy that still don't rock with KG and Paul Pierce to this day.
No, he really want that action with him. That's what I'm saying. Like, Dwayne Wade was obviously the best player, but I think you can even agree. Even when LeBron came, they needed UD on that squad. Every team needs a UD.
For sure.
Man, like need that guy.
But to be honest, Draymond should, and to a guy like Draymond, his pride and his where he is, he look at it as, I'm a Hall of Famer. UD is a guy that didn't produce as good as I produced, or whatever. But I think the difference in a UD and a Draymond is like, UD for what he did, like his career, even though he ain't gonna go down in that same ilk as Draymond, like we'll appreciate a guy like UD when it's all said and done over
as we should.
Just because of like he did it in a type of way where you still could respect it. He was still that tough guy. Dude still knew he was whatever. He was an enforcer. I remember UD got 2 texts quicker than I ever seen somebody get 2 texts before. Like, they brought him in off the bench when he wasn't playing. He got a tech and then was ready to fight and got thrown out again. I'm like, man, UD got 5 minutes and got thrown out. Like he was a hothead and he demanded respect, same way Draymond, like, regulate out there like he on the prison yard. You know what I'm saying? But like UD did it in a way where he'll be honored forever. And Draymond, like, that should be one of his OGs where he go and like listen to UD say, hey man, you just got to do it like this. You doing it a little too much, like a Rasheed Wallace. You know what I'm saying? It was certain guys, Zach Randolph. It was certain guys that held themselves.
But you know what's funny though? I think you hit the nail on the head though. I think in Draymond's mind, he believes he's better than those guys.
Cause hey, I won this many rings.
I won how many? Yeah,
be a Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and I love Draymond the way he talks about the game, but when like while you playing the game, you can't be holding yourself to that high horse. Now, when it's over on your podcast, you can do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
And see, that's what's crazy about this, because me personally, and I got a hot take that's gonna blow your socks off. Pause. But it's no planet where I would take, and this ain't the hot take right now. I'm gonna say the hot take in a second. But there's no planet in which I would take Draymond over Rasheed Wallace if I'm picking a team, and I got to pick between Rasheed Wallace and Draymond Green. Give me Rasheed Wallace. Right? He can shoot the three, he can run the floor, he can defend, he can do everything.
He getting text too, though.
Right. So he gonna be an enforcer. You ain't gonna push him around.
Yeah.
So yeah, but with that being said, see, here goes the hot take though. There's also no scenario. Get your cameras ready. You ready? There's no scenario on planet Earth in which I'm taking a prime Steph Curry over a prime Ray Allen. Sorry.
Bruh, stop it, Roy.
Sorry.
Stop it. Stop. Stop it. Bro, that's the most disrespectful thing. Like, we're not even acknowledging that. Y'all go ahead and clip this up. Go ahead. Hey, to all the people locked in, I need y'all to go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Go ahead and comment and tell this man he's full of it. We don't believe you. You are not the truth teller. Go ahead and leave your reaction to that nonsense he just said.
I thought you was finna end the show like Tony Allen did to Did you see that with Tony Allen?
Man, I love Tony Allen, bro.
He said, bro, what 80? He said, what 81 you talking about?
It might be a video we might have to react to one of these days, man. It's a clip of Tony Allen watching his highlights, but it's all misses. Bro, that's some of the best content, because he thought they were showing his highlights, but man, it was all Tony Allen.
Hey,
that's hilarious.
That NBA shit, bro. What he did to McCants was so funny, because McCants was talking. I love that, because McCants was talking stupid, and he was 100% serious too. And my man Tony Allen said, "What 81 you talking about?" He said, "Kobe's 81." Hey man, all right, man, that's out the mud. He ended the whole. He said, "Hey, you tripping, nigga? Oh, fuck out of here."
McCants go crazy, because even with Boogie, McCants was saying, like, I could have averaged 30, and Boogie's
like, Boogie stopped that shit too.
Boogie's like, bro, I played against you. No, you couldn't. He's like 15, okay. He's like 30, no. Like, McCants be have a little too much dip on his chip sometimes.
Bro, you feel me? He be talking crazy. Can we do this before I forget? I want to do some Negro news real quick. This is some borderline Negro news. I don't know if you saw this. This comes from Vlad TV. Don't give us a strike, Vlad. This is fair use. But Vlad had Ari Spears, the comedian, on the show. And I don't know if you saw this, but Vlad was talking about they were talking about the Kanye situation, where Kanye was talking about the situation with his cousin, right? And Vlad might have low-key exposed himself, Ross. Let's listen to Vlad, or what my dude Crunchy Black call him, Vlad. Let's listen to Vlad. Hold on.
And they started to reenact what they saw in the pictures.
Well, no, you talking specifically about gay porn. If you talking about traditional man on woman porn, that's a whole nother. You're talking about two different things.
Listen, I've accidentally scrolled by some gay porn while going through, and
Hey.
Look at my boy's face. Look at my boy. Bro, that's a meme right there.
Hold on, one more time. Watch Vlad. Vlad tried to clean it up.
I guess some gay magazines, and they started to reenact what they saw in the pictures.
Well, no, you talking specifically about gay porn. If you talking about traditional man on woman porn, that's a whole nother. You're talking about two different things.
Listen, I've accidentally scrolled by some gay porn while, going through. And, when you go on like, Pornhub and sometimes some gay shit pop up and you just scroll past it. Yeah, you go,
Nah. Hey, Ross, trust me, that ain't how that work. Right?
Nah, it's a whole different little section of the internet for that shit.
But hold on, no, it gets worse.
Go to hot movies and sometimes it gets slipped in. I don't want to see that shit.
What?
I think watching gay porn, if you're straight, doesn't make you want to do gay shit.
Say that again.
If you watch gay porn and you're straight, it doesn't make you want to do gay stuff.
This nigga's a homosexual.
Hey.
This nigga's a homosexual.
One more time, Eric. What did he say, Eric? He tried to get Eric. Eric said, say that again.
Watching gay porn, if you're straight, doesn't make you want to do gay shit.
Say that again.
If you watch gay porn and you're straight, it doesn't make you want to do gay stuff.
This nigga's a homosexual.
I'm saying I'm gay.
Yes.
I've never watched gay porn.
Rewind that and say what you just said one more time.
Watching gay porn doesn't make you want to do gay stuff.
Watching gay porn. But why are you watching it?
I'm not watching.
Hey, I don't know what Vlad got going on, man. To each his own. Shout out to you, Vlad. But yeah, my boy, I don't know about that one, Vlad.
Vlad tripping, Kanye tripping. Shame on both of them.
What you think, Ross? On this show we talk about sports and the culture over here, man. Kitty trial. How we looking? What we thinking?
Man, there's some stuff coming out, boy. I think this is first step is the complete humiliation of Diddy.
Right.
I think obviously with Cassie, like it don't look the best, but with Diddy, it's just the stuff that's coming out is crazy as far as the kinks and whatever. We're not kink shaming or whatever y'all said the other night. But yeah, it's not to me. I'm still waiting to hear the RICO stuff,
right.
Where it goes to the RICO. But from all the analysts that I've listened and, it's just hearing people give their opinions. Nobody really knows. We learned that from the Young Thug trial. From what I've heard is Diddy's team is kind of setting up, throwing little stuff out there right now, just trying to set the tone that Diddy pretty much had Cassie drugged up all the time, and that even though she, like people are going for, Cassie called the escort and stuff like that. Like what I'm hearing is they're setting the tone for pretty much Diddy kept her on drugs, even though there might have been times where she called and she solicited all this stuff. This setting up for the RICO. He used his security to, against her rather than to protect himself, So I'm hearing, it's gonna be a long, drawn out process. They got to kind of throw some stuff out there just to kind of set the tone. But yeah, I don't know too much about the law, but it just sounds like a bunch of nastiness to me. Sound like she was nasty, whether she wanted it or didn't want it. The stuff that she was going on to me, I just can't get my mind. I mean, I never dealt with somebody with that much power and money, but I just can't get through my mind that why girls after the first weird sign, you just don't go. And whatever it was, whether the opportunity or whether the money or whether you couldn't, I understand things happen. But to me, it's like looking at this situation, I don't care if it's a job or a record deal, whatever it is, people need to go. Like that first sign, like, okay, even you, like not to bring, like if I had a sister or if I had a daughter, I'm training them that regardless of what it is, that first sign of weirdness, run. The first time they hug you weird, look at you funny, whatever it is, run. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it gotta be.
But here's what I'm saying though.
It's like, okay, you know, you don't know how to feel.
I've always said this, right? And you know this because you got the same experience, right? When I say this, me and you both, and I'm gonna use the word lucky. We've been lucky enough to be around a lot of successful people in athletics and other ventures, right? And so when you're around these people, one thing that you notice and that you see, right, is the access that they have to women. Very readily available, right? They don't even really got to do much. You know what I'm saying? At all. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that I've always maintained is that look, I'm just gonna call it. I'm gonna talk real. Once you've had so much sex, so much, you know, you done had all your whatever you thought your fantasies were, right? I'm just taking. Once you didn't had a threesome, foursomes, you know what I'm saying? 5, 6 women. You didn't had this, you didn't had that. Eventually, right? Like everything else, it's like drinking alcohol. It's like smoking weed. You kind of build up a tolerance to certain shit. And so you start, how far can we go? So now we're doing this now. Now we introduce that. Now, you know, somebody might bring this into. So eventually they get to a level of, yeah, you a bad bitch, but you know, you just being fine ain't enough. You know what I'm saying? Just some top, that ain't enough. I'm gonna need, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been introduced to some other stuff. I'm just saying that, not excusing them. I'm just saying that to say to us on the outside looking in, we like, yeah, these niggas tripping, right? But for them, that's normal day, normal. I think it's difficult for the average dude. And again, you know this better than most. It's difficult for the average dude to put himself in the spot of a dude who has that type of whatever city he goes to, the baddest in that city is he don't even got to work for it. They throwing it at him, the baddest in that city. He do a walkthrough in the club and it's there. You know what I'm saying? Your man from the crib from Florida, your man Plies, right? He talk crazy on the internet because Plies been getting that thing thrown at him for the last 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I like what you said at the beginning because I totally agree. This whole foundation is just to publicly embarrass Diddy. Put all of his stuff out there and embarrass him, right? And look, no matter if you're having the most traditional sex of all time, nobody would like if a courtroom of their family and friends heard the actual details of their sexual experience. You could be doing the most basic sex, but you don't want your mama or your kids or your homeboys to hear that, whatever the fuck it is, right? Nobody wants nobody to hear that, right? It's just like, damn. So that's phase one. Let's embarrass them. I'm with you, though. I'm waiting to hear what's illegal. Let's get to that point. Where's the illegal shit at in all this? I know what they're trying to set up, but they have the burden of proof to connect these dots. I know the dots are out there, right? But that's what the prosecution got to do is they got to connect the dots from 10 years these people were together, Ross. 10 years.
Well, so they got the sex trafficking pretty much is solidified because that's why the escorts come. So Cassie was
but see that I think that's where the defense is gonna come in at though. Who's actually sex trafficking them? Because that one prostitute, he testified that Cassie was the one that gave him the money.
Mm-hmm.
Now they gonna say, well, Diddy gave me the money to give to him. Well, hold on now. Now that gets weird, right? Because if me and Ross doing a crime, and I'm like, well, I was there too, but you know, Ross the one that really did it. It's like, hold on, everybody going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna do that shit later.
And like by definition, the definition of sex trafficking, I don't want to go too deep, but I was watching some breakdowns of it. There is somewhere in there where, like, you know, when you flying out for sex in exchange for lifestyle gifts, whatever it may be.
But that was his lady for 10 years though. How was he?
No, I know it's not her. It's we finna be in Miami we got such and such on call, because these people became common with them and was flying from Miami to LA to New York to wherever they was. So you know what I'm saying, doing that, and then now he has pretty much with the video coming out, the domestic violence is already there. So now it's gonna be up to the jury. Not even
with the case. The case ain't about
to be up to the jury if they want to believe that Cassie just was in it because she wanted to, or if the domestic violence was what influenced her into doing this.
And that's what's crazy, is because that was the whole reason the video came out. We want to show this video of that. And see, I call BS on that whole. See, that video, I'm an old nigga. I'm in my 40s. That video don't move me. And I'm telling you.
Oh, come on, Roy.
No, it don't. I'm going to tell you why, Ross. I'm going to tell you why it don't move me. I'm going to tell you why it don't move me, right? Because I can throw a dart from wherever the fuck I'm sitting at, and I know for a fact that nigga's uncle been beating his auntie for the last 15 years, and none of y'all give a shit about it. So don't act like y'all care about domestic violence now.
But this is where the RICO come in. If I can do that in the hallway of the Intercontinental and go hand them 100,000 and hundreds to get rid of video, now you dealing with a different type of monster. You and I couldn't do that. If I went in there and I went and got in an altercation with my lady, and it ain't even get physical, and she called the police. You know, in a lot of we black in domestic violence situations, the police come.
Somebody got to go.
Somebody got to go to jail. Whether the stories add up or what, somebody got to go to jail. So now this is where the RICO, this is where the power, where they're showing that he had this power to where somebody would have to just go along with it. This is why also she came out and she spoke about the Kid Cudi thing today, you know, and she spoke about her going to see Drake and how he beat her up after that. And then, you know, Drake got brought into this today. I think it was yesterday. But like, she's given these examples of him like utilizing his power to not only like she used the example of she went to OVO Fest to see Drake, and then he beat her up so bad that she had to be hospital, and he had the assistant take her to the hospital, and pretty much he got control over the medical records. So now when there's stuff like this where you can beat me up and at the Intercontinental Hotel and pay them 100,000 to get the video gone, you can beat me up and go to the hospital and pay to get whatever records so it don't come out. It's like, okay, now you using your, you know what I'm saying? That's where it get tricky.
I'm with you, but here's where it gets tricky for me though. It gets tricky for me here though. They also came out today with text messages and stuff talking about where she alleges that Diddy, I can't say the word, R-worded her, right? Right? And then, well, Diddy's people said, well, hold on, didn't you end up having sex with him again that night? And she was like, yeah, we had a good night. And so then I had consensual sex with him that night. It just gets confusing is all I'm saying. Because it sounds like, see, my thing is, I know a lot of people that have little bullshit, ratchet relationships where they beat each other up. I'm not saying that's good. I hate the shit, right? I get away from it. I'm just telling you.
Jody and Yvette. You talking about?
Yeah, motherfuckers do wild shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they do all this stupid shit to each other. And listen, we all been around people before to where you're like, all right, let me leave because I don't want to be here when they start getting into it and doing all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So you got that. What I'm saying is, I don't want that shit to spiral into a goddamn RICO act. Like, was he going upside her head? Yeah. But we all know though, fam, in those domestic violence cases, the woman has to press, like the cops literally can't even do nothing if you don't press charges. Like, I mean, that's the reality. Like, if you're not saying nothing, they can take you to jail. You're gonna get right out. You don't go to jail for 30 years for domestic violence, Ross. You know.
Getting Kid Cudi's car blown up.
That's alleged. Nobody's proven that yet, Ross. Nobody's proven that yet. You got to prove that still. That's my point. You got to
No,
connect
you
those
don't.
dots.
You just got to convince the jury. This is a jury. This is
I'm with you.
Convincing the jury. So that's what I'm saying. With that, they're painting him as the monster. They're humiliating.
We gonna paint her ass though.
But we all know it. She can get painted as a hoe all we want.
Okay, well, hold on then. Hold on. I like what you just said.
Sorry for the
but that's crazy though. You just said she gets paid for being a hoe. So she gets paid for being a hoe, but now I get a RICO? That's crazy.
But this the thing also. This the important thing. He already settled. So her motive to be doing this to get money, they can't use that in defense of, oh, she's doing this as a money grab. No, y'all already gave her the money. Her going through with the lawsuit and testifying and stuff, her motive isn't for the money. So that's what, like, if they could say, oh, she's just trying to get money, she's been trying, like, if they pulled the Shannon Sharp and said, oh, she's been hitting us up for bread, we told her no, and this is why she's doing this, she wants to get money, we're not paying, we're gonna fight it because I know I'm innocent. No, you already admitted to guilt by paying her.
No. That's not how that works, Ross. He didn't admit to guilt by paying. No.
To court of opinion by the average juror. That's how the jury is looking. You already paid her. We already seen the video. Diddy's on more. Now prove to us that you didn't do this more than Cassie got approved.
Yeah, but that's not how that works, though. So what a good attorney should be in there doing is, no, it wasn't me admitting the guilt. I did that because the stuff that's coming out now, my private life, I didn't want that coming out about what type of sex I like. I didn't want nobody to know that I like to watch my lady get dicked down by another dude while I'm sitting in the corner. What's crazy is I was working out and on my playlist is Biggie. And I was listening to Biggie Give Me One More Chance. And he got a verse in which he says, sexing me, flying in from all states, sexing me while your man masturbates. And I promise you, I'm not lying. At that exact moment where he says sexing me while your man masturbates, in the background, Diddy goes, I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh shit. Diddy might have been on this for a minute. He might have been on this for a minute.
I've been seeing coming out, like, bro, I was seeing one of the main backup dancers was like this trans person way back then.
No, she wasn't a backup dancer. She a video girl. It was a video girl. Yeah, she was a known video. She was in a bunch of rap videos back then.
Biggie to all, yeah, like,
yeah, a bunch of rap videos.
There's a bunch of stuff going on back then, man.
Again, having sex with a trans person, having nasty sex, even if Diddy's gay, none of that is illegal. That's all I'm saying.
Even if it ain't no if was a fifth.
I haven't heard any gay stuff yet, though. What's the gay stuff? I haven't heard no gay stuff yet. I haven't heard him doing anything with a man yet. Did I miss something? I could have missed it. I could have missed it. I don't know. Did I miss it? I could have missed it.
Yeah, bro.
What'd he do? Yeah. What'd he do?
Man, he did enough.
What I'm hearing, I did not hear him having any type of intercourse with a man. I didn't hear that. Now, I'm with you. I'm uncomfortable with the stuff that he was doing with another man in the room.
It's a real conversation then. Picking out a dude to smash your wife, that's pretty gay.
So I would say that. You might say that, but what I'm telling you is that, like, there's a whole culture out there that's what Kanye just named his album Cuck.
He's gay. Kanye gay. We just learned what we learned about Kanye. He's a predator. We got canceled Kanye. Finally, we got really canceled. Shit. You heard what happened with Kanye and his cousin.
Oh, I don't know if he's a predator though for that. Damn.
He was the older cousin.
Yeah, he was. I think he was 14. His cousin was 11. I think, right? Yeah,
that's predatorial.
That is crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
That's cancelable. Like, he should go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. That is a bit. Yeah, that's a bit.
yeah. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. Yeah. Okay, this is my whole thing. picking out a dude to smash your wife. What about this dude attracted you to where you say, "Yeah, I want to watch you"? That's where you cross the line, right?
You got to go ask Adam 22. Is Adam 22 gay?
I believe so. I strongly believe so. Adam told the dude, "Let me see what you're working with." Pause. Pause. Like, yeah, exactly. Pause.
Hey, oh damn, OKC getting their ass whooped.
Yeah, Joker out there cooking. You said he had to do more. What he got?
I don't know, but yeah, that's hold on. If he said that, that's out of pocket. Yeah, that's out of pocket.
We got 109.93. We got Shea with 26. Hey, okay. So we was talking about Michael Porter, and he's been a scapegoat. We gotta talk about Jalen Williams with OKC. I know that's Shea's guy.
Yeah.
I love Jalen Williams too. 3 for 15, 6 points. Terrible. And he's the guy that they gotta make a decision on what they're gonna do. I think they're gonna start the shop a couple of them pieces, because you figure something out with Holmgren and Hartenstein. I like both of them. I think Chet's natural position is the 4.
Yes.
I think throughout the regular season, he can play the 5. I think his natural position is the 4. I think Jalen Williams, he's gotta. I don't know if he fits. I don't know if because even off the bench, that Cason Wallace kid, he balled. Caruso ain't having the best game, but he's had some big games. Wiggins is pretty good off the bench. He's not shooting well, but the other Jalen Williams has been playing well. But it's like J-Dub, I don't know. I think if OKC, now you got to go to Game 7, and even though it's home, you got to deal with Joker in a 1-game situation. Yeah. Probably the person at the league, I would say at this point in the NBA, if it came down to 1 game, he's who you don't want to see the most.
But here's what I'll say though. This is why OKC won. How many games they win? 68. This is why you won 68 games. Is if a series comes down to Game 7, you at the crib for all the marbles. Like, this is why you want, like, because if not, here's what we're gonna have this year. And I hope OKC wins, because I want the regular season to have to mean something. Because if OKC loses, then we got a 68-win team and a 64-win team, right? In OKC and in Cleveland. Obviously, injuries with Cleveland, but yet and still, 68 wins, 64 wins, second-round exits. Both of them. So I like for the regular season to mean something, and we got to be able to justify it. So I expect for OKC to win Game 7. And shout out to them, because they're gonna get to maximum. They're gonna get a Game 7, and then they're gonna turn right around and host Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals with that young man coming in, Anthony Edwards. He's gonna be coming in talking crazy with his hat cock ace deuce. He's gonna be talking crazy Game 1.
See, so Roy. I don't know. I'm on the other side. I think I go with Denver, man. I think OKC, boy, them boys, them stomachs gonna be on the floor, and they gonna be real tight, man. I could see OKC being real tight. I think with Shea, you get what you get, but I think with the rest of them young boys, I think Williams is showing me a little bit. He ain't ready to. I don't know. I'm gonna go Denver, bro. Yeah, even at home, you know that Game 7 just different. That Game 7 is different.
It is. I definitely agree. It is, because now every single shot that you take you can be ending the season.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go Denver to win on the road for Game 7. But hey, did you see that clip of Ant? They was interviewing Drew Randall, and Ant in the background, he talking about, "I'm the best in the world. Tell all the girls." I was like, boy, that's what you don't need to do. That's why you're gonna crazy, dog. But I love that young boy. even yet, we haven't seen the Ant game where he really like, we haven't seen him just go nuclear yet. I think in this in this Western Conference Finals, whoever it may be, I think we see this kid lose his mind. I think he go average 35 for the series.
I don't think Denver has. I think it'll be a better series with OKC because they got bodies that they can throw out there. I don't think Denver. I mean, obviously they got Gordon
and Braun. Yeah.
Well, but Braun is too he too small. He gonna play hard. He's just too small. And if you're gonna put Gordon on Ant, then them other cats is finna eat. Because like now, who the hell guard Nas and who guard? You know what I'm saying? Like they finna who guarding Drew Randall? They finna eat.
Now, one thing I do have to say, last year when they beat Denver, and I go back and look at this clip, he was talking a lot of shit about locking up Jamal Murray. That's gonna be a matchup I love to see.
Jamal Murray don't want that smoke.
Jamal Murray be on that though. I think even right now, Jamal Murray's been the difference in this series. You talk about Joker. I think Jamal Murray has he been definitely outplaying the second guy for OKC, but Jamal Murray's been taking that Shea matchup for real.
I think Jamal Murray, I've watched him closely this playoff run. His body is starting to betray him. Pause. Like he looks a little slower. He looks a little less explosive.
He ain't dunking nobody no more.
Yeah, he looks a little less explosive. It's like I'm watching him and I'm seeing like, oh, okay, he ain't got that no more in his game. So that's interesting. Okay, we're gonna get up out of here. But before we do, let's get up out of here with an auntie talking crazy. Some more Negro news. I don't know who auntie this was. This is somebody great auntie. She was locked up. She did a little bid, Ross, and she talking about, her little stint. She talking about when she was doing her little bid. Here we go.
What y'all used to do in the freezer?
I used to get my pussy all the time. What that never do?
So they consider gay?
Oh, because you want to eat my pussy. I'm gay.
Yes.
Little boys.
We talking about.
All right.
You.
Oh. I wasn't gay. I've been put on pussy. Oh, Lord. I would have never got out of prison if a bitch had put her hands in my face. So I don't play like that. If that's what you wanted, I had 5 of them motherfuckers. And an old lady, one next to her, one next to her, one next to her, and a young.
You gay.
Well, if I was gay,
you ever playing that stuff?
Who?
The women.
One time.
She capping. She capping one time. No, that ain't how that go. Hey, man, hopefully Tory's okay. I don't know how people feel about the Tory situation. I know he in jail, but we don't want nobody to get killed in there, man. Shout out to Tory, man. Hopefully it sounds like he pulling through and he gonna be good. Shout out to Chris Brown. I don't know the details, but I know he got locked up for like an old case, from like 2023. They said he hit a nigga over the head with a Don Julio bottle. God damn.
That's Briss Brown. Chris Brown, big blood. He said, "I'm Pyru."
Yeah, I leave them niggas alone, man. Them niggas leave them alone. So yeah, man. Y'all boys get it together out here, man. I don't want nobody to go to jail and be going through stuff. I saw Snoop just dropped the diss song. He just dropped the diss record on Suge. Shit is crazy out here, man.
Snoop diss Suge?
He just diss shit. That's the first time I can remember he just like outwardly like full song diss Suge. He got a video where like an AI Suge in the video, all kinds of shit. I heard it.
They still going at him over that Death Row. He bought Death Row.
Yeah. He got a bar that say, "I hope you get out so I can slap the shit out you," or some shit. He talking crazy. Yeah, Snoop's talking real crazy. So yeah,
Snoop, man.
Yeah, shit getting wild out here. All right, man, we up out here for the night, man. Thank y'all for rocking with us per usual, man. We be back Tuesday, man. Football season right around the corner. I'm getting excited out here in these streets, man. I might have to do a live update because I'm going to a Astros game, and not this weekend, but next weekend I'll be out there for my Astros, baby. Baseball season, goddamn it. Who the hell? Y'all ain't got no good baseball team out there in Florida. Who y'all got the Mariners?
Y'all got the Tampa Bay Rays.
They trash right now. Big trash.
I used to be a Marlins fan, but they moved
Florida
on to Miami.
Marlins. I like their hats. Shout out to them. I got a bunch of
Florida
Marlins
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a bunch of Marlins hats. Shout out to them. But yeah, man. I'm out here heavy on that. We out of here, man. Peace. Y'all tap in, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. We definitely appreciate y'all, man. Peace. We out.
Peace.